Hello, it's Julia Kelly from the Kelly Lewis podcast, and it is Thursday, Halloween. It's Thursday, October 31st. And did you know that now in Afghanistan, women's voices is against the law to speak in public, not on a soapbox, not trying to push a political agenda, not preaching, not getting religious, but literally the sound of a woman's voice is now outlawed in public. I also heard this morning that a woman, a distraught mother in America, turned over twins to a fire station. Fire stations are a safe deposit for babies, no question asked. No criminal charges will be brought if you give over a newborn to a fire station, which is a great program. It's needed. These children were over a year old, and the mother was distraught, and she literally had everything organized for whoever takes them, including like vaccination records and what they were allergic to and diaper bags packed. But she literally she said she couldn't take care of her children anymore, and handed them over had no help, and handed them over to a fire station. I've also heard in the news that multiple older ladies in their 70s and 80s have voted for the very first time because their husbands have died. And up until that point, their husbands said that they didn't need to vote, that it wasn't necessary for them to vote. And that's in America. One was, I think, a sewing circle, a quilting circle or something, that they all went together to vote for the first time. And I think that was the fifth one I've heard of accounts of people having first-time voters be in their 80s, women who just found it not necessary, that were told it wasn't necessary to cast their vote. I've also heard another one of a voter in Oklahoma who said that she observed more than one husbands leaning over the dividers, telling their wives how to vote. So yeah, Afghanistan and women having their voices against the law to be heard. It seems like a far stretch in this country, but women's equality is a slippery slope. It has been for, since the beginning of time. It's something that we will always probably have to fight for. And that's the kind of thing that I'm covering on the Kelly Lewis podcast, where I ponder women's place in art, literature, and culture. So yeah, if you want to hear more about women, the vote, and the pie, go listen to that. And then also, I have 2 more podcasts on the series that I'm doing on the history of women's stitching, going back to the beginning of time and talking about the huge responsibility thread production and cloth production women had to find some time in their busy schedule and everything else they did before the Industrial Revolution, where they had to also spend pretty much every waking hour that they weren't doing something else on spinning. So yeah, the Kelly Lewis podcast is going to be talking about women in the plural, because we have done amazing things as women that history hasn't noticed. We've just done them together with more than one kind of a group. So yeah, so if you haven't voted yet, I hope you do go vote. And I hope whatever age you are or how many times you voted before, that you are an amazing smart cookie and probably can read up on the issues and the politicians and decide for yourself who you want to vote for. So go vote, and it is a gorgeous fall here. And I hope wherever you are that you're enjoying good weather and good times with those you love.